It's been a while since I've been back to Paris, and being here just 36 hours, I'm asking myself, why did it take me this long to come back? There are so many incredible ways to experience Paris. By train, on foot, even by gondola. But honestly, I think Paris is a scene that's meant to be seen on the Seine. Remind me to trademark that later if no one's already claimed it. Because when you really think about it, so many of Paris's most iconic landmarks are built right along the river, almost like the city designed itself as a grand parade route. You've got the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, the Louvre, and bridge after bridge feels so cinematic in its own way. So when we were deciding how to spend one of our nights in Paris, seeing the city from the water with dinner, lights, and live music felt like a complete no-brainer. So join us for the ultimate romantic night in Paris, because this is one experience that absolutely belongs on your bucket list. So listen, there are a ton of Seine River cruise options in Paris, from quick, budget-friendly sightseeing boats to ones that actually serve a sit-down lunch or dinner. And we definitely had to do a good amount of research to find the right fit for us. We wanted something that felt truly romantic and special, not rushed, not touristy, more like a floating restaurant meets jazz bar with great food, good wine, and an intimate atmosphere. This cruise, the one that we're about to show you, kept coming up as one of the highest rated options, and once we saw what was included, choosing it felt like an easy yes. And we'll link to this exact cruise in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. One of the things we loved about this cruise is that it actually docks right next to the Eiffel Tower. As you saw in our last video, we planned it so that we could catch sunset from the top of the tower and then just cross the street to board our dinner cruise. So right away, here are 2 key tips to making sure you get the best table possible. First, book your tickets online ahead of time. Like I said, the link is in our description so that you know exactly what to book. And second, get to the dock early so that you're toward the front of the boarding line. For my fellow Americans, think of it like showing up early to snag a high top table for happy hour at the Cheesecake Factory. You know, it's kind of like first come, first serve. So even though the ticket you book determines the general seating area, the exact table is assigned by the server. So being one of the first to board can make a big difference, and it absolutely pays off. So as we're boarding here, let me quickly explain the different ticket options. The dinner cruise tiers generally range from about $150 to $320 per person, depending on where you're seated on the boat, how many courses you want with your dinner, and the quality of wine included. But no matter which tier you choose, every ticket includes a full dinner cruise, some wine as well, some live music, and incredible nighttime views of Paris. So from there, it's all about how elevated you want the experience to feel, especially if you're celebrating something or you want those prime views for the photos. So what we're showing you guys here is the privilege class. That's the package that we chose. It's about $240 per person, which is an upgrade over the entry level ticket, but we wanted to get these tickets specifically because it guarantees a window seat. And for us, that was the most important thing. We wanted those incredible views of Paris without having to look over anyone else's table.
I think this boat is really great. We were on the fence about upgrading to the privileged package. You know, it's a little bit more expensive. You know, the food isn't really that much different. You know, the beverages isn't that much different, but the seating arrangement is. You know, I'm looking around and, you know, in the classic European fare, the tables are very close to one another. So to have all this space where we don't have anyone next to us, you know, we've got someone behind us, someone on either side, but, you know, there's a lot of space, and that's a really comfortable thing, especially for 3 hours on a cruise. So definitely I would recommend upgrading. There's certainly packages above this one. There's VIP packages where you're on the front tip of the boat. So, I mean, check it out on Viator. Viator is a great partner of ours, and we love working with their packages and using their packages, and check it out.
Included in our dinner are a selection of beverages. So we're starting off with a bottle of sparkling water, but you could also request still if you'd prefer. We will also have a glass of champagne before we start dinner. And then we also, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I think we'll try. We're going to try to finish 2 bottles of wine. We're going to have a bottle of white with our starters and a bottle of red with our main. So,
question for you. Does that come with the package?
It does come with the privilege package, yes.
So it's free?
Well, sure. I'm going to call that girl math. When it's included, like, it's free. Yeah, it's 2 bottles of free wine and free champagne. So, yes, it's free. Champagne.
Champagne or
Champagne.
In the lee of a picturesque ridge lies a small, unpretentious winery. Hi, I'm Moira Rose.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What reference is that from?
Schitt's Creek. Champagne. And don't worry, this is much better than fruit wine. Quick time out. If you love travel, food, and adventure, be sure to subscribe and check out the rest of our channel. We have a ton more content coming your way. Now, back to the cruise.
All right, so we got the cheesy stick here. It tastes really delicious. Outside is crispy. The cheese will flake off right onto your plate if you touch it, but the inside is actually very moist. So it has a very nice, crispy, cheesy outer layer, inside very moist. Very good. I wish we had more, but they only gave us 2, so 1 each. Yep, that's it.
So let's take a quick field trip. I want to show you guys what the VIP section looks like at the front of the boat. So these tables are part of the Premier service. They're located right at the front and they're priced at about $280 to $320 US per person, depending on whether you want a guaranteed window seat. But anyway, let's get back to our table and back to dinner because I think we are just in time for the white wine course. Oh, that's really good. This is I think it's a Chardonnay. Crisp, light, really refreshing. One of the best features of this boat is the glass ceiling. So even when you're inside, you're completely surrounded by Paris and these gorgeous views. Gliding underneath the bridges and watching the lights pass overhead feels just so magical. It's time for our starter. We chose the duck foie gras with pear and fig chutney served with a Parisian brioche. Very delicious. As you enjoy dinner, they also have a professional photographer on board who goes table to table taking people's pictures, and you can actually purchase prints of your souvenir photos if you'd like at the end of your cruise. And once you've seen the souvenir photos and chosen which ones you want to take, it's time to turn your attention back outside because the views just keep getting better. As we cruise along, Paris starts putting on a show. The Grand Palais glowing along the river, you get to see the Pont Alexander III Bridge, the Ferris wheel rising above the Tuileries Gardens this time of year, and of course the Louvre coming into view. And lucky for us, these are views that pair perfectly with wine.
It's good. Yeah. Has a nice aroma to it.
What happened next caught me completely off guard, seeing Notre Dame Cathedral come right into view just outside of our window. I honestly wasn't expecting to feel so emotional, but there was something incredibly moving about that moment. The music, the beauty of this cathedral, and everything it's meant to Paris for over 850 years, and knowing that such a large part of it was lost in the 2019 fire, and what it took to restore it, not just as a landmark, but really as a gift back to the world, made that moment feel truly transcendent for me. I am not even sure how to explain it. It was quiet, it was reverent, and it was just unforgettable. And the night was really just getting started. As the city drifted by outside our window, dinner arrived, beautifully plated and thoughtfully prepared. I love seafood, so I ordered the pan-seared sea bass served with black lemon and a delicate lobster emulsion. It was amazing. Grant ordered the veal with slow-cooked veggies and a chestnut cream. It was delicious, elevated, and comforting. The kind of meal that perfectly matches the romance of Paris drifting past our table. Before dessert, we had a very French cheese course, which felt like the perfect little bridge between dinner and something sweet. Then we shared 2 desserts, a chocolate square with custard sauce, and lemon and milk chocolate ice cream. Both were delicious without being overly sweet, which made them the perfect light way to end the meal. But honestly, the real dessert came after, drifting back to what might be the best view in all of Paris. The Eiffel Tower glowing against the night sky. It was the perfect way to end an unforgettable cruise. You know a dinner cruise is good when it lasts 3 hours, still doesn't feel long enough, and you're genuinely sad when it's over. There is plenty more to come in our France vlog series, so be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time.